Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello my pupils from 11th grade of IPA and also IPS. Hopefully that you are in a healthy and happy condition. Okay, do you still remember our last topic that discussed about analytical exposition text? I hope so. Well, what is analytical exposition text? Anyone knows? Analytical exposition text is a text that elaborates the writer's idea about the phenomenon surrounding. Elaborates means menguraikan, membahas. Jadi, analytical exposition text adalah teks yang membahas tentang fenomena-fenomena di sekitar kita, tentang fenomena-fenomena yang terupdate di sekitar kita berdasarkan writer's perspective. And it has aimed to persuade the audience or readers to look at an issue from the writer's perspective. Jadi, tujuan dari analytical exposition text itu adalah untuk mempengaruhi, to persuade. So whether you realize or not, that if you read a kind of analytical exposition text, you are being persuaded. Kalian akan dipengaruhi, baik sadar maupun tidak. Dipengaruhi dalam apa? Dalam hal melihat perspektif teks tersebut mempunyai sudut pandang seperti sudut pandangnya the writer. And then, in order to make you to have the similar perspective with the writer, so of course, in writing analytical exposition text essay, the writer needs a lot of argument to support the essay. It can be in the form of facts, it can be in the form of example, it can be in the form of reason, and also relevant information. Do you get it, everyone? Can I continue? Okay, great. And then, the next, we are discussing about the generic structure. There are 4 parts, generic structures of analytical exposition text that consist of title, and it is optional, introduction, that consists of thesis statement, argument, and also conclusion. Are you curious? Okay, let's listen the next explanation. As I said before, the title is optional. What the meaning of title? Jangan sampai lupa ya. Title itu judul. Nah, judulnya ini optional. Jadi boleh ada, boleh tidak. It tells about the topic of the essay. And it is commonly located in the top of the essay. Jadi biasanya title itu ada di paling atas ya. Tapi sifatnya di analytical exposition text ini optional. Boleh ada, boleh tidak. Great. And then the next we have introduction. Yo, apa bedanya introduction sama introduce? Tapi kali ini kita tidak akan membahas introduction dan introduce. Perkenalan di awal, the first we met. Bukan itu ya. Tapi introduction of the essay. The starting point of exposition essay. The starting point of exposition essay. It is in the form of sentence that state the main idea of an essay. Remember, in the form of sentence. In introduction, it discusses about the general information of the text. And it is the hook that will lead you to understand the main idea of the topic. It will lead you to understand the main idea of the topic. Jadi, pada introduction ini akan menjelaskan general information of the text. Mau bahas apa sih teks ini? Nah, mau bahas apa teks tersebut itu disebut dengan thesis statement. A sentence that becomes the main idea of the essay. Main idea menjadi gagasan utama. Bahas apa sih? Next essay-nya, paragraf-paragraf selanjutnya itu mengikuti thesis statement-nya. Get it? Okay, good student. Oke, sebelum kita lanjut ke next discussion, Ustazah mau bahas tentang apa sih sentence. Biar nanti kalian ketika mengidentifikasi thesis statement itu kalian tahu kalau ini in the form of sentence atau enggak. Gitu ya. Nah, sentence is a group of words that has complete message or meaning. Remember, a group of words. So, not only one word, but in a group that has complete message or meaning. Jadi sentence itu bisa dipahami. So for example, when I say if I have much money, kalau saya punya banyak uang. Kalau saya punya banyak uang. I say to you, hello guys, if I have much money, then why? Lalu kenapa? Gitu kan? Nah, will be the next question. Kenapa kalau Ustazah punya banyak uang? I say, I will buy a new car. Saya akan membeli mobil baru. Nah, ketika sudah dapat dipahami, oh iya, berarti kalau Ustazah Mar'a ini mempunyai banyak uang, Ustazah Mar'a akan beli mobil baru. Itu bisa dipahami. Kalau cuma bilang, if I have much money, then why? Get it? Okay, great. The next. The smallest component of sentence at least consists of subject and verb. The smallest. Jadi komponen paling kecil dalam sentence paling tidak itu terdiri dari subjek dan verb. Kalau tidak terdiri dari subjek dan verb, it doesn't call as a sentence. When I say Arjuna eats salad, what is the subject? Arjuna. What is the verb? Eats. Salad as the object. So, it can be understood? Yes. We have the subject Arjuna, we have the verb eat, and we have the object salad. If I say Arjuna eats, will be the next question. What food does Arjuna eat? Makanya dia membutuhkan objek salad. It is called as transitive verb. And the second example, Nafisa swims. What is the subject? Nafisa. What is the verb? Swims. Tidak akan ada pertanyaan lagi. Swims apa? Nah, nggak ada. Therefore, the second example is categorized as intransitive verb. Verb that doesn't need an object. Well, let's come back. in our discussion about the thesis statement, remember it is in the form of sentence. Look at this one. In paragraph 1, in paragraph 1, what activity? In paragraph 1, social media, the importance of social media. From the title, do you realize that you are being persuaded? Kalian sadar nggak kalau kalian di sini dipengaruhi? Berarti writer di sini akan menekankan bahwa sosial media itu penting. Nah, thesis statement-nya ada di kalimat paling terakhir. The following are several reasons why social media has brought a lot of advantages for the society. What is the subject? The following. And what is the verb? Are. Remember, it is in the form of sentence. Nah, kalimat ini yang akan menjadi main idea of the essay. Main idea of the essay. Jadi dari kalimat ini yang menjadi acuan kalimat-kalimat selanjutnya untuk mensupport thesis statement-nya. Untuk mensupport kalimat ini. Jadi kalau membahas tentang several reasons why social media has brought a lot of advantage for the society, of course, the next paragraph akan membahas tentang some advantages of social media for the society. Get it? Next, we have argument or supporting details. Fungsinya apa? To support the thesis statement. Jadi, argumen itu ada pada paragraf selanjutnya setelah introduction. Paragraf pertama introduction, paragraf kedua, ketiga, keempat, dan seterusnya itu disebut dengan argumen atau supporting details that has function to support the thesis statement. Each paragraph starts with new argument. Each paragraph has its own main idea. Nyambung ya? Nah, kembali lagi ke slide sebelumnya. The first and main advantage of social media is connectivity. Body 1, paragraph 2. The first and main advantage of social media is connectivity. Nah, di sini kalimat ini mensupport bahwa sosial media itu penting, ya kan? Karena apa? Ini mempunyai fungsi connectivity, bisa menghubungkan dari berbagai negara, gitu kan? Ini yang disebut dengan supporting details atau argumen. Nah, tadi maksudnya gimana, Us? Each paragraph has its own main idea. Iya, karena di setiap paragraf 1, paragraf 2, body 1, paragraf 3, body 2, dan seterusnya, itu akan mempunyai pembahasan-pembahasan yang berbeda. Di paragraf kedua, body 1, itu membahas tentang connectivity. Ya kan? Itu menjadi main idenya. Jadi dia akan membahas connectivity. Kemudian people from anywhere bla 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 itu dia akan menjadi supporting detailsnya pada word connectivity. Get it? Great. Nah, kalau sudah dipahami, sekarang coba dilihat di body 2. Body 2 berarti paragraf berapa? Paragraf ke-3. Besides, social media has a lot of benefit for students, and also teachers. Nah, selain connectivity, sosial media juga mempunyai fungsi nih untuk mempunyai manfaat untuk students dan teachers. Itu menjadi main idea-nya dari paragraf ketiga. Jadi benefit for students and also teachers. Disupport lagi with the sentence, it is very easy to educate from others who experts bla bla bla. Nah, apa sih benefitnya buat student dan juga teachers? Nah, disupport pakai word ini, it is very easy to educate bla 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 bla. Nah, itu disebut dengan supporting details-nya pada paragraf ketiga. Main idea-nya paragraf ketiga apa, Us? Social media has a lot of benefit for students and teachers. Get it? Paragraf keempat dan selanjutnya sama ya. Jadi setiap paragraf itu mempunyai main idea. Jadi beda ya, main idea of the essay sama main idea of the paragraph. Kalau main idea of the essay, it becomes the general idea of the essay. Tapi kalau main idea of the paragraph, it only discuss in each paragraph. Kemudian kita punya conclusion. What the meaning of conclusion? Great. Conclusion, kesimpulan. To restate the thesis statement, to emphasize the thesis statement. Jadi kalau thesis statementnya tadi membahas tentang the benefits of social media for the society, kemudian di thesis statementnya akan di-emphasize lagi. Based on the argument above, I believe that social media is beneficial for our lives. However, we should be wise in using social media. Nah, akan menekankan lagi tentang social media, tentang manfaat social media, tentang pentingnya social media. Get it? Any questions so far? Oke, ini adalah contohnya ya. Ada topic of the essay, ada introduction, body 1, body 2, body 3, and also conclusion. Nah, itu contohnya. Kemudian di language features. Language features, kita punya simple present tense. Sudah Ustazah pernah terangkan. Mental verb, di chapter 2 juga udah pernah Ustazah terangkan. Saying verb, say berarti perkataan. People say, it is said, gitu ya. And then connecting word. What the meaning of connecting? Menghubungkan. What the meaning of words? Kata. Berarti kalau connecting word, kata penghubung. Ada additionally, furthermore, moreover, besides, and many others. And then we have causal conjunction. Cause. What the meaning of cause? Sebab. Ada since. Artinya karena. Because. Consequently, due to. And then the next we have modality. Modal itu adalah salah satu jenis kata kerja yang disebut dengan auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb, kata kerja bantu. Nah, ini juga sudah pernah kita bahas di English Daily. Remember that all modal followed by verb 1. Itu merupakan language features. Ciri-cirinya kalau ada language features seperti ini, berarti ini merupakan jenis text analytical exposition. Question? Okay. If you have any question, you can directly text me. Feel free to text me, okay? Okay, my good student, if no question, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you can understand and it will be useful for you, for me, and also for us. Thank you very much. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.